Okay, we're back. And I actually have Patreon loaded up. Fuck. I'm a very angry person, okay? All right, there's no one here, so I can get my dick out, and no one's gonna see it, and all will be well. Oh my fucking lord, man. All right, back to my channel. Live. How wonderful. There it is. All right, so I guess I'll just wait for a couple people to get in here. Oh, there's somebody cool. All right, we got one person back, and that's all I need. I just need you, whoever you are. Won't tell me who's in here. Watching now. Doesn't tell me who you are. That's fucking lame. There should be like a list. Probably is, but not the fucking doing. Top chat, live chat, there we go. And then Metal Devil, hey, 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 hey. Okay, I don't know if you were in here for the insanity earlier, but trying to use my laptop, trying to this, trying to do that. I was leading up to Stranger Things. Why is this so fucking low? This is crazy. This is crazy. So, yeah, you can see some of my Star Wars stuff over there, and that's so cool. This is such a rinky-dink operation, let me tell you what, guys. I can't fucking fix nothing right now. Okay, fuck it, I don't care. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we are going to answer some Patreon questions. I was talking about the countdown to Stranger Things, which is now in 8 minutes. 8 minutes, and I decided to do this. But you know what, fuck it. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna answer some Patreon questions. You know, here's the thing with my channel. I pretty much do everything live anyways. I don't edit shit. I don't have a script. I'm all off the cuff. So, man, I should just start doing every damn video live because it's essentially what I do anyway. You know, so it is what it is. Okay, so, oh man, I was so fucking angry. Hence the title of this and hence the picture. Oh, that pissed me off. Look at that thing. Holy shit, man. Some gnarly ass ingrown hair. Okay. So, we're going to start with some Patreon questions. So, you know, if you want to fucking go to Patreon, blah, 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 support my own shit. Yep. All right, you guys know the drill. All right, so Amanda Kleinfelder has like 600 questions here. So, let's try getting through them. Now, I'm unprepped for all of these damn things. But yeah, I should have looked through these first, but I didn't, as usual, because I'm doing a million things at once and trying to make it all work. All right, is there a horror villain you can relate to or understand their motives and why? Sure. I mean, I think the motives in any movie where a kid's being bullied and he gets back at the characters for it, which is pretty much the setup for like half the slasher movies ever made. Yeah, I totally get it. Like there's tons of characters out there where I watch these kids get bullied like motherfuckers. And then there's always like that scene at the end where it's like, oh no, you gotta be better than them. Fuck that. Sometimes they're asking for it. Like Arnie in Christine with those guys. He runs those guys over with the cars and shit. Hell yeah. Those guys, Rapperton and them, fuck those guys, man. Hell no. Because people like that, there's no way that guy would ever be a good guy. No chance. Zero chance of him ever being any fucking, you know, good to society. So, yeah, The Killer and Popcorn. Literally, I could sit here and just name titles for days. Because pretty much all, like, so many of these movies have to do with villains, fucking idiot. Have to do with kids who are bullied. I mean, that's like the setup for almost all of these. So I empathize for all of them. But why, I think, is the question here, is because I was bullied as a kid. You know, I don't take shit from no one now. But when I was a kid, I let people walk on me. And it's embarrassing now, but fucking try it now. I'd love for any one of those guys to hit me up. This is, I'm gonna use this as my therapy session. All right, next up from Amanda, again, as I said, she got a lot of questions here. Since Ross beat me to the final girl question, the same to horror villains. Rank them, which one you would marry, fuck, or kill? Marry, fuck, or kill horror villains? I mean, there's not many horror villains I want to fuck. I mean, I guess if you were to say, like, you know, Hand That Rocks the Cradle, I don't think that that's a horror movie, but man, I would love to go, you know, a couple rounds with Peyton in that movie. Holy shit. Kill? I mean, any horror villain I'd probably want to kill, so that one's pretty simple. And marry? Well, villains, I guess a villain who did it for a lot of money, I guess I'll marry that person. I don't know. I don't want to marry any villains that I can think of. Although, it depends on what you mean by a villain. So if I was to say a villain, I would think of them as a bad guy. But a lot of the times, more anti-heroes is how I see the people would actually want to be in a relationship with, where I'm sitting there like an American Mary or something, where I'm like, okay, I get where this girl's coming from. It's a rape revenge kind of thing. Or any of the girls, you know, in those I Spit on Your Grave movies or something. Are they the villains? I mean, the villains are the guys that they're getting back at for. So, like, I can empathize the fuck out of those characters. Like, any rape revenge movie, I'm absolutely on board with them. All right. And let's go back to the feed, make sure I'm missing anything here. Carrie, give me some high school bullies run. Oh, yeah. You know, the thing with Carrie is, like, very few people in that gymnasium deserved any of that shit. Like, there was only a few people that really, really deserved it. And they got away. I mean, she killed them later in the car, but, like, they weren't even in the gym, the majority of these people. So, you know, her teacher, who was really sweet to her, died. Sue wasn't there, thank God, so she didn't die. But, like, I don't feel like the kids in that high school deserved it. PJ Souls, I guess, deserved to die. I mean, that's pretty hardcore, but they're assholes for sure. Anyway, all right. And yeah, because how many kids were in that school? Yes, thank you, Dylan. I mean, seriously, how many fucking kids in that school were cooperative with that kind of stuff, or had any, you know, were bullying Carrie? She just loses it. And as I've, you know, if you watch my review on that, I don't feel like we're seeing things correctly, because the whole audience is laughing at her. But, and that goes back to what her mom's saying to her in her head. But if you see, they're actually like all horror struck. So I don't think any of those kids are actually laughing at her. Anyway, all right. We know you'd give it to Betsy Palmer. Yeah, so funny story about Betsy Palmer. I think I've told this story on the channel once before, but I did Betsy Palmer's daughter's hair once. And she was like, you should write my mom. I'll give you her address. She'll say, and I was like freaking out, because she was like, oh, you know, my mom was in films, you know, you might know her, you might not, this and that. And I was like, oh, what's her name? She's Betsy Palmer. I'm like, you're fucking with me, right? So I sent her something, and then she sent it back with the, like, dickest of messages, which, looking back on it now, I guess I was at fault here, but I didn't send her, like, an envelope and money to, like, return the stuff in, and she wrote me, like, a scathing letter. She did sign everything and send it back as well, but she was like, if you're gonna ask me to do this shit, how dare you make me pay for it? It's like, oh God, I guess that's true. I felt horrible, man. And then she died not that long thereafter, so maybe it was that. Maybe she was so angry writing my letter, she, like, keeled over. Oh God, I hope not. Okay. All right, so back to the patron questions. All right, Amanda, again, more Amanda. Yay, Mandy. All right, could you survive in a slasher horror film? Well, I mean, I could. I mean, anybody could. I've always said that if anything was to happen, that I would, like a zombie apocalypse or anything, I would definitely be a good person to call, because I've seen every fucking scenario imaginable in a slasher movie and whatnot. I would be the Randy of Scream, no doubt about it, but he dies. I mean, spoiler for Scream 2, but he dies. He conveniently left a tape for them to watch in Scream 3, which is just so silly. You know much I don't like that series. But yeah, I mean, would I survive? Sure. And which one of them? I mean, I guess I would survive in any movie where the killer was actually killable. There's too many franchises where the killer, like Jason, I mean, you're not surviving Jason. Even when you think you've gotten away, he's gonna find your house and somehow call your phone. What the fuck was up with that in Friday the 13th too? Who the hell called? Who called her? Jason called her on her phone. He knew her phone number. He knew where she lived. How did he fucking know where she lived? Okay. And what was it with that shower? The fucking shortest shower on earth. It was like the sex scene in Halloween. What the hell? Okay, we're off a fucking tangent now. What else you guys watch me for? All right, Amanda, what's next? In the event of an apocalypse, how would you fare? Machines taking over, deadly disease, or zombies? Well, deadly disease, probably, percentage-wise, about that well. So if it was like The Stand and it was like 99% of people, there'd be a 99% chance I'd die. Machines taking over? That's the thing. Like with The Matrix, like when I watch The Matrix, I'm totally on Cypher's side. Like when he comes out and he's like, if Morpheus would have let us know what this world was actually like, we would have told him shove the fucking red pill or right up his ass or the blue pill. Can't remember which one you have to take to go into the world. But yeah, 100%. Like they're living in the Matrix, which if this is the Matrix, I mean, are there things I dislike about it? Sure. But I would much prefer living right here, right now, than in Zion, where you live down by the fucking Earth's core and there's nothing to do and machines are coming to kill you. Fuck all that. Hell no. Put me back in there. So just like he says, ignorance is bliss. They aren't fighting hard enough. The people in, wait. I feel like most of the people are fighting hard enough for their lives. They aren't fighting hard. Is it just me or some normal human killers I'm surviving, or against Chucky, I refuse to be killed by a doll? Yes, Maurice. Dolls definitely don't scare me. Clowns don't scare me. I don't get that. A bunch of you can drop off now because Stranger Things should be on Netflix. So if I see a bunch of your names and numbers drop, go. Trust me, this isn't worth it. Stranger Things is way better than this. This was supposed to be the countdown to Stranger Things, but things got fucked up. I got here 45 minutes early to do like 45 minutes, and then I was going to get off, but whatever. All right, back to this. All right, are you still looking for more questions? I had a couple. Okay, yeah. I already answered that shit. Ross Bird, moving on. Stop eating up the limelight. Amanda, just kidding. Do you play many horror video games? I try. I mean, I used to, but I just don't have time anymore. I own all sorts of horror games that I'm all excited for, and I never fucking play them. Like, I still haven't played Alien Isolation, and I've had that for like years. And I'm like genuinely looking forward to that thing. Like, fucking very much. I really want to play as Ripley's daughter. It looks amazing, but I just don't play it. That Blair Witch game, though. I'm going to figure out time for that. And, I made a video on here of my favorite horror games ever. Spoilers, it was The Last of Us is number one because, that's one of the greatest games of all time. I'm a Naughty Dog freaking freak. I love the Uncharted franchise. It's my favorite personal game franchise, and that studio can just do no wrong, Last of Us. And then a close second, though, a game that I used to love like crazy and is getting a television adaptation soon, and maybe even a new game because I saw like their rights were getting acquired, was Alan Wake. If you guys haven't played Alan Wake on Xbox 360, which they even made a sequel to, American Nightmare, but check the shit out of that game. That game is amazing. Some Lovecraftian stuff. Devil May Cry is good. I played it, part 4. I beat that game where you have to like go through every single boss in the game, and it's like a chess game essentially, and you like go into each door as it rises up, and then you fight this huge monster in the city at the end. It was cool. Hard. A very long game, but good stuff. All right. Horror games, Blair Witch. Yeah, the Blair Witch game. I'm ecstatic about that because I think that the Blair Witch is one of the more underappreciated franchises. You guys know how much I hate the word underrated, so I ain't using it. But it is. I think, and if you guys don't know, I should have them right here, like within my grasp. Oh yeah, right here. if you guys aren't aware for some reason, there's already 3 Blair Witch games which are really, really good for PC. They're old as fuck. When did these come out? 2000. So like right around Book of Shadows, like 1 year after. 1 year after they had already made 3 fucking PC games. Wow, that's incredible, man. How fast they can put shit out. They're really cool though. I mean, you're talking like PlayStation graphics and whatnot, but cool games. I mean, it goes back to like 1700s and stuff. Really, really cool shit. All right. Anyway, let's see. Somebody commented something. Oh yeah, what's up, Sinister? Cinema of the Dead. Hey, what's going on? You have probably answered this a million times, but who is your favorite horror icon? I mean, I have him at the top for a reason. It's Mikey. It's Mikey Myers. Come on, little Mikey Myers. I was babysitting him that night when he was heard by the voices to kill his sister. Fucking Mrs. Blankenship. Okay, Ocarina of Time has always been my favorite video game. Ocarina of Time. The only thing I can say about that is fuck what? That's right, the water temple. Everybody knows that who loves that game. God, that water temple can suck me sideways. That was the only damn thing in that game that I was just like throwing fits, pulling my hair out of my... Oh, the Sinking City game looks amazing. So you said it's good, huh? It's $60. So I'm a little light on cash for that, and I won't have any damn time anyways. Those PC games, oh, the Slade is talking about the Blair Witch games. Okay, back to the things. All right, his favorite games are Resident Evil 4, Dead Space, Outlast, The Evil Within 2, Silent Hill 3, and Alien Isolation. I've played a lot of the Resident Evils. I will say that Resident Evil 2 was a huge deal for me. Oh, you're playing the original one, huh? Not the remake, not the redo, because that redo, man, I played some of it, it's breathtaking. Holy shit, man. I'm all about them remaking games like that. That's so cool. Like seeing the side-by-side comparisons of like Final Fantasy VII when it's just like little pixels, and now it's just this epic fucking Hollywood production movie looking thing. It's like, oh my god, how cool is this to bring back games like that from the dead? They should do Zelda like that, you know, so maybe the original 3 or something, and do them all with like amazing graphics now. Fuck it, it'd be fun. I'd buy them. And what is this? No notifications about you getting live. YouTube is slacking hard. Oh, so people are just finding me, kind of scrolling through. Is that how you guys got me? Damn. Of the big 4 franchises, which universe would you most want to take your chances of survival, and what do you think you'd be the pre-credits and do you think you'd be the pre-credits first kill? If I was recording live like this, I'd be the perfect kill. I would like to go into Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and I'd like to go and live in Murray's world for a minute with all the Playboy playmates, right? That world he's in for like 10 minutes is like the greatest thing you could imagine. My God, man. Have you ever seen a scene with more glorious tit shots than freaking his scene in Demon Knight? Oh my good God. All right. Of course I bake it about women. I always do. Yeah, found you at the top of my sub feed. Shit, no notifications. Fuck YouTube, man. That sucks, because so many people are going to be like, man, I missed this, and for good reason. You just happen to be scrolling through YouTube. That's fucked up. All right, back to Amanda, who's asking more questions. But fuck, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't even have any. I wouldn't even have done this. All right. What do you think about fan-made films? I saw your review on Never Hike Alone after procrastinating on watching it myself and finally giving in. Have you seen any other fan films? Would there be a franchise that you would be interested to see a fan film? I've written a few fan films. I wrote a sister sequel, as I call it, to Halloween, set many years in the future, like now, and it does not feature Michael Myers, so I know that would immediately turn a lot of people off. Look at what happened with Halloween 3. But it's more of like the legacy that it left behind and how it affects, like how something like that would affect a small town like that, and how for generations they couldn't get away from something that big happening in such a small town. It deals with Dr. Mixter's granddaughter and it deals with the ban on Michael Myers paraphernalia, like his mask. It deals with the kids in the town still talking about it after all these years. It deals with a lot of that kind of stuff. And one of the kids ends up, you know, he's like a Michael Myers worshiper, and he throws on the mask and he comes around and he kills all of them. So there is death, there is gore and whatnot. But I love that script, and I've sent it out to a few people who also love the shit out of it. It's called The Babysitter Murders, Halloween Night, ha ha ha, title there. But I love that. Fan films, I think they're great. I mean, especially with Friday the 13th right now, with this whole legal battle bullshit, where it's just like, we can't get any more. If these guys have the money and they have the time and they can put out something good, look what's happened with Never Hike Alone. I mean, I've talked with Vincent, the director, extensively. He talks a lot. Good guy. I mean, he spent the night, nothing sexual, unfortunately. But he spent the night at Cecil Laird's house from the horror show, and I happened to be there. We were at Mad Monster, and Cecil invited him over, like, hey, you want to spend the night? And he never thought he would say yes. And then, boom, we meet up in the parking lot, and he's like, yeah, all right, I'll take you up on the place to stay. And we're like, really? And so he brings this friend of his who's completely hammered drunk, and we like bring him back, and the guy has to get in the shower because he's like about to fucking throw up or like pass out. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this guy. I'm not going to say who he was, but he's directing a fan film as well. But I won't say who. But yeah, Vince is cool. Never Hike Alone's cool. I mean, if you can put out something quality, if you put out shit, who cares? I mean, if people watch it, why not? But obviously, prefer it to be quality. But yeah, it's awesome. All right, on that Demon Night note, I need to order the Scream Factory. I actually got that bought for me by Stephen Arthur, who did the music for Slasher Sunday, Monster Monday, In the Mic of Madness, and my kids' YouTube channel, which we're actually going to try to start back up again because that was fun. He did the music for their show called Twin Sanity. So I really want to get back on there. We're going to start a whole new segment. I'm really excited about it. So, but none of you guys would care about that. That's just my kids being goofy. I've never seen Demon Knight. Are you a Magic Matson? Are you a Tales from the Crypt fan? I mean, gotta see Demon Knight, man. It's one of the best horror movies of the 90s. For real. It's that good. Billy Zane is amazing in it. William Sadler's awesome in it. Jada Pinkett's even not that horrible, which she like ruined the first season of Gotham for me. I don't hate her, but I don't really like her either. So, but she's fine in it. Oh man, William Sadler's Breaker though. Oh, I love that character. Love Billy Zane's collector character. CCH Powder. How the fuck Pounder? How do you say that chick's first name? Pounder. And freaking what's his damn name from Spider-Man 3 and the wine movie Sideways or whatever. I can't think of his fucking name right now. Okay, anyway. Devon Graham, the guy with one of the coolest screen names ever. What's the scariest horror movie in your opinion? Has a movie ever really scared the shit out of you? Cinema of the Dead. No, not really. I don't get scared by movies. I never really did, but I'll get uncomfortable. For some reason, this is weird because I know so many people shit on found footage. But found footage is really one of the only things that makes me feel any kind of like anxiety or feel off at all for some reason. I don't know why that is, but I guess it's just the point of view. It feels like I'm there, I'm in the real moment, in the real time. So those really do work for me. Now there's a lot of shitty ones, of course, like there isn't any genre of horror, but I don't know, those work for me. So Paranormal Activity, I remember seeing the first one in theaters and just being really on edge the whole time because it was just so quiet and there was like that building noise of like, I just love that franchise. I know a lot of people hate it, and I'm sure a bunch of, oh yeah, Thomas Hayden Church, thank you. And I haven't watched your review on Midsummer yet, but I loved it. Yes, I loved it too. Thank you. Please support horror like this in theaters. If you haven't seen Midsummer, just do it. Just fucking go for it. You know, there's a 50-50 chance you're gonna hate it. If you hated Hereditary, you're an idiot, but that's okay. You know, at least you supported it. You're an idiot with money, and you put it towards a good damn movie. So please, yeah, support horror like that. We need more of it. And shout out to my friend Bernie Gers? I don't know. Well, shout out. Yeah, go ahead. Give him a shout out. Am I supposed to shout him out? Yeah, marked ones for sure. I'm with you. I think the marked ones and Paranormal Activity 3. I'm like right there with both of them. I think they're both fucking just fabulous. What kind of home theater setup do you have? Not a good enough one. There's this TV. Now, ideally, like if I had fucking limitless money, it's the OLED by LG. I just think that's the most beautiful TV on the market, but that thing is so expensive. It's getting cheaper, but like even like a 55 inch is like $2,000. And when you go up from there, it just goes up exponentially. But if I was like spending my own money, which I'm gonna eventually do, I wanna get the 85, it's 85 at Costco. Unreal, man. I was looking at that thing, picture's great. It's not OLED great, but it's really great. 85 inches, it's only $3,000. For an 85 inch 4K TV, for $3,000 that looks that good, that is a steal. So that's the setup I want for a television. I don't have like surround sound or anything. I wish I did. I have a 60 inch 4K TV, but it's older. It's not that great. I paid like $900 for it back then, and it would be like $300 now. Ugh, so gross. And I bought that thing used from Walmart, man, when they were circling out this, cycling out their things. Off to watch some weird shit, Jason. Thank you, Slade, for joining me. Yeah. And Eric, did I answer your question? Yeah, okay. I think I did. Yeah, that was the TV thing, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I think I got all of you. Okay, we're back to patrons. Patrons! I gotta keep these. All right, fan films, yeah. As far as like other fan films that people haven't heard of, I don't really have any. You can link me some. If you really like a fan film that I'm unaware of, I haven't seen many. Hey Becca, remember that Halloween 3 one? You know what I'm talking about. Holy shit. All right. So since you asked for theories on franchises, I have a few. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with the Blair Witch Project. I've seen theories that people don't believe there's a witch and that the guys killed Heather. Now, I've seen Don't Hike Alone. I reviewed it on here. Well, okay. I know that Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett, who did the Blair Witch, the third one, the new one, said that the witch is never featured in the movie. Which I thought was a really interesting thing that they said there, because they said that essentially the way they took it is that the Blair Witch is the woods itself. That the witch does not exist in a physical form, that Ellie Kedward and whatnot is not something that's real. That Ellie Kedward is who you see, but that's not actually the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch is the woods. The woods are what's haunted. And Ellie Kedward just happened to be a woman who was hung up, and her arms are now extended, her legs and whatnot. And that they kind of take possession of him, like Rustin Parr as well. But do I think there's a witch? No, I don't. I think they're on to something there. I think I also have the Blair Witch File books as well by Cade Morrell. They made a whole franchise of Blair Witch novels, 8 of them, for young adults, and it kind of goes through all the case files of all the people who have dealt with the Blair Witch. And I don't know, I guess as far as I can see, there's no Blair Witch, just kind of the haunted woods. And the Blair Witch is just kind of something that they've attached to that haunting. But I love what they did in the third one with like the time and like how it's never daylight and it can fuck with this, time distortion and all that. You've never seen Book of Shadows, really? I know it's hated by a lot of people, man, but I love it. Especially watch the Good Bad Flicks breakdown of it. It will show you what it was supposed to be. I still really like everything we got in it. Not every single thing, but most of everything. I've always liked it, so, it is what it is. Also, what's your thought? I don't recall this in your review. Oh, well, is that all her? Oh, okay, I guess those are all her theories. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze one else in. Would you ever move into a house where a movie was filmed at? Absolutely. My desire is to one day, if I could, if I was to win the lottery tomorrow, or if I was to just become into a lot of money, I would buy the Myers house and I would turn it into an attraction during Halloween. I would love to do that. I would love to bring that back because the fact that it's like a whatever the hell it is now, a real estate office, and they have like a thing up in the window, and there's actually the house behind it actually promotes the stuff, and they don't. Fuck that. That should be taken care of as a a film relic, and it's just not, and it's a shame because it's an iconic house. I would love to own it. So, yeah, there you go. And Amanda, hi, how are you? I've answered all of your questions. You missed them all, I think. Maybe you have more because there's more here. I have to refresh to the next page, and I'll get more of your stuff here. All right, Teddy Brown. Oh shit, Teddy Brown is in the comments here. I'll ask this question. I know you said you're a hardcore skeptic when it comes to supernatural stuff, but have you ever had any weird experiences that made you go, oh shit? Or has anyone you known that you believe has had something? No, I don't believe anyone in that bullshit. When I was a kid, my stepdad was really, really into Art Bell and the freaking damn radio show, Coast to Coast with Art Bell. And so we used to listen to it at night, and it would be aliens and ghosts and Bigfoot and every other bullshit thing. And so my stepfather got really obsessively crazy about this kind of stuff. And we used to drive around to these locations. We stayed on the Queen Mary, and we stayed in these haunted hotels, 1408 style, which is probably why that's my favorite Stephen King adaptation. And I've seen it so many fucking times. I love that movie with all my damn heart. And so, yeah, I mean, I went down to the depths, and now this was way before. Queen Mary is different now. You go there now, it's like a theme park. It's weird. We went there with my kids because I just wanted to take them on the deck and show them around. And I thought it would be a cool thing to go. And we went on, we didn't get on the ship, but we went. It was like $15 for parking if you stay for longer than 30 minutes. And then you get up to the thing, and it's like $30-something per person just to get on the ship. And then there's guided tours that cost more. I'm like, what the fuck has happened? You used to be able to just go on the ship, and that's not how it is anymore. Because you used to just go on and be like, I have a room here, I booked the hotel, or you could just walk around, just look at it. But somebody bought it and they turned it into an attraction. And the freaking Howard Hughes plane used to be next door. The Goose, the freaking the big ass plane that he flew. That was right next door. Now it's gone. I can't remember who bought it. But yeah, I went on the Queen Mary, and we stayed the night, and there wasn't, like, security was pretty lax, and there's supposedly like a second pool that is haunted, but they say it doesn't really exist, but it does. Yap. So we went down below decks. We got on the elevator, like a freight elevator, and we went down, and the doors opened, guys, and there was nothing. It was blackness. It must have been like in the hole. I don't know what it was, but there was nothing. It didn't look like anything. Like, it just looked like if you were to step your foot off, you would just fall. I had to actually put my foot out and like tap it on the ground because I couldn't see anything out there. It was weird. It was like I was something crazy out of a movie, and it was tripping me the fuck out. But yeah, I mean, I went down there, and your mind can play tricks on you. You can get fucking like crazy with that stuff and be like, oh, I hear things, and you hear what you want to hear. You see what you want to see. Am I going to say definitively there's nothing? I'm not an asshole, okay? I don't, what do I know? But in my opinion, do I think there's ghosts? No. What I think, in my own personal beliefs, is I think that there are different dimensions, and they lay on top of one another, and every once in a while, we can get a glimpse into that other dimension, whether it's an electrical surge or something that just shows us this. And in other spots, there's more activity, so you can see things, and things appear to be haunted. And here's the crazy thing, though. Here's the thing that trips your mind out. If that is true, which probably isn't, it's probably bullshit, but if it was to be true, you're haunting their house in the other dimension. Haha. Let that fuck with you at night. All right, so you're the ghost in somebody else's reality, if I'm correct. All right, Corey White, top 3 Miike films. Miike film, Takashi, I don't even know how the fuck to say this guy's name. Oh god, 13 Assassins for sure. I think that's his best movie. Itchy the Killer. I'm not a big Audition fan, I will tell you that. I think that movie's slow as fuck. I think it's got some great stuff in it, and I'd love to revisit it again because I've definitely gotten a much bigger appreciation for slower movies these days. But I just remember sitting there like, man, this movie's slow, like really slow. So maybe like The Happiness of the Katakuris. That's his movie, right? That's his movie. That movie's so fucking bizarre, guys. If you haven't seen that movie, absolutely do yourself a favor. Visitor Q. Holy shit, is that movie out there? Oh my god, I remember watching that movie and being like, what in the fuck am I watching? Um, let's see. Happiness of the Katakuris. Yeah, that's him. Something like that, or as I said, Visitor Q is a good one. Actually, I'd click on his name, but he's directed over 100 titles. I want to say 13 Assassins was his 100th movie, was it? I can't remember, but holy shit, 13 Assassins. If you're gonna watch any Miike film, 13 Assassins. It's fucking great. It's his best film in my opinion. And I've seen probably, I don't know, 15, 20 of his films. He has so many though. He does it like a job. He does like 4 freaking years or something insane. He does so much. Okay, that's probably an exaggeration, but it's not far off. I know he does more than one. Let's check back on the thing. Everyone dies in the first 15 minutes of Stranger Things. LOL, joking, don't kill me. Ha ha! You motherfucker. I know, I should be watching. It should be 26 minutes in, but you guys are more important to me than Stranger Things. This much. You're this much more important. I love Stranger Things, guys. How exciting. I just can't wait to see. There's so many things I want to see. Oh, man, I'm not going to get too into it, but there's so many characters that I just love in that show. When people are like, oh, I don't really care for it or whatever, it's overrated or something, like, fuck you. All right. Most overrated and underrated franchises. That's hilarious to me. Well, you guys know that I'm not a Scream fan. Now, I'm not one to ever call a franchise out. I think that's lame. Like when people are like, oh, I don't like this movie. I personally fucking hate Rosemary's Baby. I've seen it a bunch of times. I've tried to like it. I can't do it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's overrated and my opinion matters above all else. It's a classic. I can hate it all I want, but it's a classic film and it's revered, and I'm not going to take that away from it. So, but overrated franchises for me personally, since we're going to do that, Scream. I don't, but overrated, I mean, Wes Craven in general for me. I feel like Wes Craven is the most overrated director, and I'm using overrated because it's in part of the question. I only maybe like 2 or 3 films he ever did. I don't care for Serpent in the Rainbow. Yeah, freaking here we go. Zach is like, oh, I'm getting off, man. Don't you dare talk about my Wes Craven. Wes Craven is dead, and I don't feel great talking about it, but if we're bringing it up, yeah, I just, Red Eye, Cursed. I think Cursed could have been cool if they didn't rape the damn thing. Hills Have Eyes I don't care for. The Last House on the Left I'm not that big of a fan of. Deadly Friend, Deadly Blessing, I think those are both terrible. Like, I've seen every movie he's ever done too. That's a funny thing. Shocker I like a little, but it's fucking terrible. Oh yeah, baby, it's just so bad. Yeah, I mean, Nightmare 1 is amazing. I actually really like New Nightmare. I think that it's an amazing concept, although I do think he borrowed heavily from Lucio Fulci's Cat in the Brain, but that's okay. That's not a bad thing. But the meta style thing that he did there, I think is great. I didn't really care for the third act. I thought that was lackluster, but outside of that, yeah. I did get to, speaking of New Nightmare, now I'm thinking about it, that's kind of funny. Miko Hughes was at Mad Monster Party, and Cecil Laird over at the horror show actually gave him a script for a Nightmare on Elm Street fan film. So there you go, kind of connecting all the questions here, and Miko was really interested. So I don't know, maybe you'll see that in the works soon. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. I don't know. Cecil will probably get mad at me. I don't see why that's a big deal. If it never happens, maybe, I don't know. Sorry, Cecil, if I wasn't supposed to say anything. Anyway, but yeah, cool, man. It was cool. I got, he's very little. I don't think he's grown much. He's very small. Very, very small. The guy's like 5'2". 5', I mean, he's very, very tiny. All right. Most underrated franchises. Saw, number 1. I don't know why that franchise is hated. I'm telling you, I've said this a million times. If that was like a foreign franchise, or if it was made in the 80s, it would be the fucking like, it would be the top tier thing. It would be like the franchise of franchises. Especially if it was foreign. No, especially if it was 80s. I don't know. Either one of those. You pick it. But because it's modern day and it had more sequels and it's convoluted, really sitting there as a Halloween fan, watching Halloween 5, 6, 7, fucking Halloween 2018, Halloween 3, Halloween. That's not convoluted. That's not fucking. Come on now. Don't be stupid. All right. Best movie you've seen the most. Wait. Best movie that I've seen that most haven't. I mean, what's the best hidden gem? I don't know. Daniel White, we were just talking about how much we love Lumberjack Man. That's not a great movie by any means, but no one ever talks about that damn movie, and it's one of my favorite slashers of the last like decade. It's so stupid. It's a guy who carries around a huge cart of pancakes and kills people over them to syrup his pancakes with their blood. Yeah, I'm selling that movie right now. I love it. It's one of the 8 Film to Die For originals. I love it. What can I say? I should probably check back in on here. Still got to go watch Stranger Things. Yeah. I already did all of that. Think I'm going to binge all 3 seasons today, Glassjaw. Yeah, right. Good fucking luck. Oh, no. Oops. All right. Well, what can I do? This is live. The fuck are you doing not watching Stranger Things? Right, Brandon? I explained this already. Don't worry, I'm getting off here soon. Fuck you. All right. I love the Saw movies too, man. I'm giving away a Saw mask on my channel. Check it out. A Saw mask. I have one. I have the pig mask. All right. Alan Prince. This is my jam. Which horror death did you find the most effed up? Jesus, this is why these things should be thought of pre-show, because there's so many deaths I've watched where I'm like, oh man. I'll tell you one that was really fucked up. Okay, and it is in the movie Captivity, right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it out. You guys know Captivity, the 8 Films to Die For movie that didn't make the 8 Films to Die For year 1 with chick from 24, right? So Elizabeth Cuthbert or whatever. I think that's her in that movie, isn't it? I think so. Anyway, so there's a scene, spoiler for that movie if you haven't seen it, but there's this scene where she's forced to blow her dog away with a shotgun. And then it's such a fucked up scene. But then she comes back into her room and he convinces her that her dog actually isn't alive and that she killed a different dog. And when she goes to grab it, it's actually a TV, and it like has a thing where he puts down a card like, haha, fooled you. That was some of the most mindfuckery thing I've ever seen in a movie. I was like, damn, dude, that's hard. He had like a shotgun taped to her dog. And it was like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't kill your dog, or something like that. She has to blow the dog away, and then he convinces her that she didn't blow the dog. Oh my God, that was so fucked up. So yeah, all right. So there you go. It's on a dog, but it's on her mind too. Is Snowpiercer a sequel to Willy Wonka? I have never watched that video, but I will watch that video so that I can comment more on that. People have sent it to me a bunch of times. All right, Ray Robinson, my happy puppy. Now that your channel has grown leaps and bounds, do you think you will include video clips into your reviews, or do you think not having them sets you apart from other reviewers? I personally think it sets you apart. I'm of two minds on that. I guess in ways I do feel like it sets me apart. It is something I pride myself on, doing this kind of off the cuff and on the spot like this. Like, this is how I do every fucking review. I just press record and I go for it. Now, that's not to say that I don't press record, start for 10 seconds and then go nope, and then start it and nope and nope and nope, like 15 tries, and then finally press start and go. And once I'm like past a minute, I'm like, fuck it, I'm too deep in, I'm not gonna go back. I've only maybe done it like maybe 10 times over over 1,000 videos now, where I've been like 5 minutes in or deeper, and I'm like, no, I'm really not enjoying this, and I shut it off. But video clips, yeah, I think so, because I got my laptop back up. It's been down for so long. I do want to. I have some videos that I really want to make for you guys, that I would need video clips for. You probably wouldn't even see me in the damn video. I would never go to that format where you just not see me at all. I'm too vain for that. I want to see myself in the camera. That's why I'm always flexing when I'm putting no. I actually see that in my videos, and I'm like, oh man, it looks like I'm doing that on purpose. I don't think I'm doing it on purpose. Subconsciously, I probably am. I don't know. Now that I pointed it out, though, you guys are all giving me shit for it. Great, thanks. Do you still write short stories and scripts? Absolutely, but I haven't in a little while. So I guess the answer is no, because you say still, like I did it last night. No, I haven't done it in a little while, but I do still want to. How about that? I will, and I'm going to. And I'm really wanting to get in to do something. I never turned on my second light over there. No wonder it's all like glare over here, nothing over there. All right, Ross Bird. Out of all the final girls, you get a fuck one, kill one, marry one. Here we go again. Of all the final girls, who do I find the hottest? Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go through franchise. I have to think back to every girl. I mean, how many beautiful women are there? I think like Sam from Friday 4. Like, that's kind of like my first go-to in my head. I think she's just gorgeous. I don't know what it is about that chick. There's so many chicks. That's too impossible. You know how much I love women. It's like the thing I talk about in most episodes. I'm like, all right, let's talk about who's hot. And then once I'm done with that, maybe we'll talk about the movie a little bit. And do I plan on doing more iconic horror locations? Absolutely. Holy shit, absolutely. Yes, please let me. If for some reason I could find it, my number one location, the thing I want to see more than anything, the freaking Fog Lighthouse. That's what I want to see more than absolutely anything. All right, if you could write the next chapter in a franchise, which would it be? I would like to remake Friday the 13th, personally. I'm sure a lot of people would hate it, and they go fuck themselves, so I don't really care. And I would, if I had to do a next sequel, Saw. I would like to do the next Saw. I want to get away from Jigsaw. I don't want him to be completely gone. I don't want to reboot the franchise or anything, but I don't want John Kramer in the movies anymore. That's tired. That's holding the franchise back. That reminds me of like 2018's Halloween. Like, we don't need Jamie Lee Curtis anymore. We can move away from that. We're done. Okay? Like, we've had enough movies with them. Let's move on. So yeah, let me go through those. Okay, that is all the Patreon questions. So thank you to all of you guys. I'm going to be getting off here in a minute, but I'm going to go through your questions really quick. So if you got any more, shoot them quick, because I'm getting off here in a couple minutes. Because I got to get to this damn. I could have watched one episode, but as I said, I love you guys. All right. I love the Saw movies too. Yeah, I already said that. Robbie, what's up, buddy? I'm liking your transformation. People are giving you shit about posting pictures of your body. How about they unfriend you and fuck themselves, okay? I think you look great. Go for it. You kick ass, dude. Fucking keep it up. They're just jealous. That's what it is. Anytime you go on and you're like, I'm losing weight, they're happy for you at first until you start looking better than them. Then it's like, fuck off. I don't need a reminder of how lazy I am. Yes, you do. And then you can start posting these pictures, and that'll inspire some other asshole, and it'll just continue to keep going, and everyone will be fit. And it'll be wonderful. So keep it up, Robbie. I don't even know if you're here anymore. All right, Robbie as well. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Hellraiser show? I saw that this was happening. I feel like the old Dimension movies were kind of like that, just longer versions of it, because once they got a hold of the property and they did Inferno, Hellseeker, Deader, Hellworld, you know, when they started doing those, that felt like television. That felt like 3-part episodes that made up a whole film. Now, I really like Inferno, and I actually like every Hellraiser movie except for Hellworld. That's the only one that's completely unwatchable trash to me. Now, would I be down for a Hellraiser show? Sure. I think you're right. Anthology show makes the most sense. But either way, if it's kind of a reoccurring storyline throughout episodes, I'd be down for that as well. I think that'd be more interesting, to be honest. If I was gonna go that way, I'd probably want to. I like when stories continue throughout. I like anthology series too, but if you're gonna have Pinhead, and I'd like to see people outside of Pinhead. Pinhead wasn't even supposed to be a thing, really. I mean, he was in the movie, but it wasn't like the lead Cenobite. He didn't even have a fucking name. So, focus on more Cenobites. You know, get wild with it. You can get crazy with it. Let's not get hung up. Yet again, don't get hung up on one character. That really holds you back on creative freedom. And I would like them to get wild with it. So there you go. I never asked you, Caravan of Terror, Zach, what's up? I never asked you if you like the After Dark films, Dance of the Dead. Dance of the Dead's great. One of the best horror zombie comedies ever. I love Dance of the Dead. Absolutely. Check the shit out of that. I don't think Dance of the Dead is a After Dark movie though. That's a Ghost House Pictures one, isn't it? Pretty sure that's Ghost House. But regardless, excellent. Love that one. Not the Hooper movie with England, the teen zombie movie. Yeah. No, that Masters of Horror episode, Dance of the Dead, is fucking terrible. No. Anyway, all right. I don't really get the hype over Stranger Things. Stylistically, it's very appealing. I mean, we all have our things that we don't care for. I mean, there's Scream. I just brought it up. Everyone in here probably loves Scream. I just don't. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is about it. Just don't work for me. So every once in a while, there's going to be a phenomenon and you're just not going to get it. It happens. It happens to all of us. So I wouldn't worry about it. If you're not into it, big deal. I mean, it sucks. I think it's a bummer when someone isn't into something like that because it's great to have something. How often do we get something that we're all excited about? That's why the Game of Thrones season 8 thing bummed me out, because even though I did enjoy it, there were so many people that hated it and it became such a shitty topic, like when Star Wars went to The Last Jedi or something like that, where it's just like you don't want to talk about it anymore. It becomes politics. But when you have a franchise like Stranger Things right now, where it's not being hated on, we'll see what happens with season 3. It just was released, but I hope that we all still love it at the end of this because it's something nice to talk about. It's nice to have something. There's very few things with all the options we have these days. It is nice to have one thing or a couple things that we can all agree on, because you pick almost anything else. 10% of people haven't, are the only people who ever even heard of it, and 5% or 50% of those 10% don't even care for it. So it's hard to find something that's kind of universal, and you can be like, hey, Stranger Things, and your mom and your client and whoever's like, oh, I love Stranger Things. It's really nice to have something like that. So yeah, anyway. Are you excited for the upcoming Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? Absolutely. Absolutely. Those pictures. I mean, we all remember the artwork in them more than the stories. The artwork is what those are memorable for. That artwork was nightmare fuel. Amazing shit. And to see it on screen, to see the big toe, and to see all those those creatures that you saw, I think the creature design on this stuff is amazing. So I very much look forward to seeing it. I'm guessing it will be told like an anthology. We'll see. I watched a little clip here and there, but I've been kind of trying to avoid things. All right, 2 more questions, then I'm probably going to call it quits. I'll have to watch back for my answers. Thanks for finding the time in your busy schedule. Amanda, thank you for asking all the questions. When I stop this, you can go back and watch all of them. All right, last one, Magic Matson. Someone's like typing frantically. One more. If you put it up before I get off, I'll answer it. You need to check out There's Nothing Out There. I watched it. That's the one with Yvonne, right? From Dexter. He's out. He's out there. There's nothing out there. That reminds me of The Mist. There's nothing out there. Nothing in the mist. I don't know why I love that line so much. Just do. Last I checked, it was on Prime. Super fun, but also goofy and probably not exactly a great film. It's a trauma film, I believe. Ooh, those are hit or miss. Mostly miss. Except for like Terror Firmer or something. That's awesome. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. No more questions. Not that I can see. You guys are amazing. I'm going to go watch Stranger Things for a couple hours. Close this shit up. Love you guys. Seriously, you're the whole reason I do this damn channel. Oh, thank you, Cinema of the Dead. I will check out your Saw giveaway for sure. Thank you for turning me on to that and kind of promoting your channel a little bit too. But that was a smart way to do it. You know, those people who come in your thread and are like, check out my channel, check out my channel, check out my channel. Fuck those people. That's a smart way to do it. You're awesome. All of you are awesome. I'm glad that this kind of worked out. It was a clusterfuck at first. I apologize for that. I never go live. I never go live. Amanda, thank you. You have a great night, sweetheart. Thanks to all of you guys. Good night to Zach. I don't know if he's still watching. Good night to everybody. Everyone went to watch Stranger Things like a smart person, but all of you who stuck with me, thank you. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna do a lot more live stuff, and I want to let you guys know ahead of time so everyone can be here. And I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell this thing actually alerts you. So other than that, guys, have a good night. Adios. Hopefully Stranger Things is amazing.